Vietnam's visa system has changed more in the last 2 years than in the previous decade. The e-visa is now open to travelers from every country on Earth. Stays have been extended to 90 days. Dozens of new entry points have been added. And in 2026, a brand new digital arrival card became mandatory for a major airport. Here's the problem. Most of the advice online is outdated. Old blog posts, old YouTube videos, old forum threads from before the rules changed. Travelers are still following that advice today, and it's setting them up to fail. So in this video, we're going through the 10 mistakes that are actually causing rejections, delays, and denied boarding in 2026. Not theory, not guesses. The real reasons this is happening right now. Let's get into it. Number 1. Assuming visa-free means no rules. This is the mistake that catches confident travelers off guard. Citizens of certain countries, including the UK, Germany, France, Japan, and South Korea, can enter Vietnam without applying for any visa at all, for up to 45 days. Sounds simple. It isn't. Visa-free doesn't mean rule-free. Your passport still needs at least 6 months of validity from your entry date. You may still be asked to show proof of onward travel, and that 45-day window is not extendable from inside the country. Here's where people get hit the hardest. They assume their country is on the list without actually checking. The exemption list only covers around 38 countries, and it doesn't include everyone you'd expect. If you're not on it, you need an visa. Full stop. There's also a second layer to this that catches even people who are on the list. The 45 days count from your actual entry date, not from when you planned your trip, and not from when your flight was originally booked. If your travel dates shift, that window shifts with them. Before you book a single flight, check the current exemption list for your exact nationality on an official source. Don't assume. Confirm it, and confirm it again closer to your travel date, since these lists do get updated. Number 2. Applying through the wrong website. That confusion around exemptions sends a lot of travelers straight into this mistake. Type Vietnam visa into Google, and you'll get dozens of results. Most of them are not the official government portal. They're third-party sites, some legitimate, some not. Here are the real numbers, so you know what you're actually comparing. Through the official government portal, a standard e-visa costs around $25 for a single entry, or $50 for multiple entries. Unofficial sites routinely charge 2, 3, sometimes 4 times that, and dress it up as a service fee. Some of them submit your information incorrectly. Some issue documents that don't hold up at immigration. In the worst cases, travelers have paid for a visa that was never properly filed at all. The official e-visa portal is run directly by Vietnamese immigration. If you choose to use a travel agency instead, that's fine, but verify they're a legitimate, established service before you hand over your passport details and your money, and know the real government price before you compare quotes. Never pay twice if a site asks for a second payment out of nowhere. That's one of the most common scam patterns travelers report. Number 3. Your details don't match your passport exactly. Even with the right website and the right price, one typo can still sink the whole application. This single mistake causes more visa rejections than almost anything else. Your name, your date of birth, your passport number, every character has to match your passport precisely. Not close. Exactly. A missing middle name, an extra space, a hyphen that isn't actually on your passport. Immigration systems flag these as inconsistencies, and inconsistencies mean rejection. Here's the fix, and it takes 30 extra seconds. Open your passport to the photo page before you type a single field. Copy every detail directly from the document, character by character. Don't rely on memory. Don't rely on autocorrect. Read it straight off the page. Number 4. Entering dates in the wrong format. Get your details perfect. And there's still a fourth trap waiting, and this one has nothing to do with rules. It's about a single form field. The e-visa application asks for your entry and exit dates, and the format matters more than most travelers realize. Depending on the site and your device settings, dates can display as day-month-year or month-day-year, and it's easy to type the 3rd of July as 0307 when the system reads that as March the 7th instead. This isn't a rare fluke. It's flagged as one of the most common errors on Vietnam e-visa applications, and it can quietly approve you for an entirely different month than the one you meant. The visa still gets issued. It still looks official, but when you land, the dates printed on it don't match your actual trip at all. Before you submit, don't trust the placeholder numbers in the box. Look for the format explicitly labeled next to the field, and if you're unsure, write the month out to avoid any ambiguity. Then check the confirmation email against your real flight dates, not just the format you assumed you used. Number 5. Misunderstanding. When your visa actually starts. This is one of the most misunderstood parts of the entire process, and it's the one that stranded the man in our opening story. Many travelers assume their visa validity begins the moment they land in Vietnam. It doesn't. Your e-visa specifies an exact date range, good for entry from one date to another. You cannot enter before that start date. Airlines are required to check this, and they will deny you boarding if your travel date falls outside that window. This is different from thinking you have 30 flexible days to use whenever you want. The dates are fixed the moment your visa is approved. Before you finalize any flight, cross-check your actual flight date against the entry window written on your visa. Not the day you applied, not the day you think you're traveling. The exact date printed on the document. This matters even more if your plans shift after your visa is already approved. A delayed flight, a rebooked itinerary, an extra stop added along the way, any of these can accidentally push your arrival outside the approved window. And the visa itself doesn't automatically adjust to match. Treat your visa's date range as fixed and build your travel plans around it, not the other way around. Number 6. Requesting a stay longer than your visa allows. The dates on your visa cause one more problem besides timing, and it trips up travelers doing simple math wrong. This one seems small on the application form, but it causes real problems at the border. Some travelers accidentally request a total stay that's longer than the visa type actually permits, for example, entering dates that add up to 60 days on a visa that only allows 30. Sometimes it's a simple date math error. Sometimes people don't realize a single entry visa doesn't automatically extend to match their full trip. Either way, immigration systems catch these inconsistencies immediately, and it results in delays or outright rejection. Before you submit your dates, do the actual math. Count the days between your entry and exit dates, and compare that number directly to the visa validity you're applying for. If your trip is longer than what a standard e-visa allows, that's a sign you may need a different visa category entirely, not a workaround. Number 7. Assuming. You can extend an e-visa from inside Vietnam. If mistake 6 is about miscounting your days, mistake 7 is about running out of them entirely. Here's a fact that surprises a lot of travelers, usually at the worst possible time. E-visas cannot be extended or renewed while you're inside Vietnam. If your trip runs long and your visa is about to expire, you have two options. Leave the country and re-enter with a new visa, or arrange a different visa type in advance, such as a business or work visa, which can be sponsored and extended locally. Travelers who assume they can simply walk into an immigration office and add extra days are often shocked to learn that isn't how the system works for e-visas. This is exactly why timing your original application matters so much. Standard e-visa processing typically takes 3 to 7 business days, but delays happen, especially during peak travel seasons, or if your application needs correction. The safest window is to apply at least 1 to 2 weeks for your departure date. That gives you enough buffer to fix any mistake, choose the right visa length, and avoid ever needing an in-country extension in the first place. Some official channels do offer expedited processing for an extra fee, sometimes in as little as a day or two, but treat that as a backup plan, not your default strategy. If there's any chance your trip could run longer than planned, build that into your visa strategy from the very beginning. Don't wait until you're already counting down the final days. Number 8. Skipping the new digital arrival card. Even travelers who get every date and every fee right can still get stopped by the newest rule on this entire list. Since April 15, 2026, every foreign passport holder arriving at Tan Son Nhat International Airport in Ho Chi Minh City must complete a digital arrival card before landing. This applies whether you're entering visa-free or with an e-visa. The declaration has to be submitted within 72 hours before your flight arrives, not earlier, and not at the airport counter. It's completed through the official immigration portal. It's completely free, and once it's done, you receive a QR code that you present at immigration alongside your passport. Right now, this rule is specific to Tan Son Nhat, but it's expected to expand to other major airports. The form itself is short. It asks for your personal details, your flight number, your visa type, and the address of your first night's accommodation in Vietnam. But short doesn't mean optional, and immigration staff at Tan Son Nhat are checking for that QR code alongside your passport. If you're flying into Ho Chi Minh City, mark your calendar for that 72-hour window and complete it before you leave for the airport. If you're flying elsewhere, check whether the requirement has expanded to your arrival airport before you travel, since this system is designed to grow to more airports over time. Number 9. Submitting the wrong kind of photo. Sometimes the mistake isn't about rules or timing at all, it's about a single image file. This sounds minor. It is one of the single biggest causes of processing delays. Your e-visa application needs 2 separate images, a portrait photo and a scan of your passport's photo page. Common mistakes include uploading a photo that's been cropped from an old passport scan instead of a fresh picture, uploading the same image twice in both fields, wearing glasses or a hat in the portrait, or using a background that isn't plain and neutral. Any of these can stall your application in review for days, right when you're counting down to your flight. Take a fresh photo specifically for this application. Don't reuse or crop an old one. Plain background, no headwear, no glasses, clear and recent. And double-check that you've uploaded the portrait and the passport scan into their correct separate fields. Number 10. Overstaying, even by a single day. This is the mistake with the most serious consequences on this entire list, and travelers consistently underestimate it. Vietnam maintains centralized immigration records. Overstaying your visa, even by 1 day, gets logged. Short overstays typically result in a fine, often calculated per day, along with possible short-term entry bans. Longer overstays can lead to significantly longer bans, and in serious cases, deportation. It also follows you. Once an overstay is on your record, future visa applications, for Vietnam and sometimes for other countries, get scrutinized far more closely. The fix is simple, but it requires discipline. Know your exact exit deadline before you land, not roughly, exactly. Set a reminder well before that date, and if unexpected circumstances mean you might run over, look into your options before the deadline hits, not after. A day of overstay is never worth the fine, the ban, or the flag on your future travel record. And here's the detail most travelers don't think about until it's too late. The fine has to be paid before you're allowed to leave the country. That means an overstay doesn't just cost you money, it can delay your departure flight too, right at the moment you're trying to get home. Here's what all 10 of these mistakes actually have in common. None of them are about bad luck. None of them are about Vietnam being difficult. They're about small, avoidable details that get overlooked because the information travelers are relying on is outdated. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Match every detail to your passport exactly. Apply only through official channels. And know your visa's real date window, not the date you assume it starts. Get those 3 things right, and Vietnam becomes exactly what it's meant to be. One of the easiest, most rewarding countries in Asia to visit.